Okay. On April Fool's Day, what in the world of sports, who in the world of sports would you most want to pull a prank on? And what would your prank be to them? Okay. So you can pull a prank on anybody in sports. All right. What's the greatest prank you ever pulled? Now, Diesel, in college, I had wiped up peanut butter and jelly that somebody put on my door. I went into that guy's dorm room, grabbed his nicest shirt, and cleaned up the peanut butter and jelly with the nicest shirt that he had in his closet.
Destructive.
That guy came back into my dorm. Don't ask me why I sleep with the door unlocked, but he came back into my dorm and super glued my face to my pillow while I was sleeping. Okay, you might imagine how that worked. We are a big. I know some people think pranks are overrated. We're a big prank family. Diesel, I told my mom this wasn't going to fly when I was 8 years old. You know what she did? And it's this, Mom, if you're listening, I'm going to share it. I know you probably wish I wouldn't. She sewed, Diesel, the barn door of my dad's underwear shut. Okay? She sewed it shut. And I was 8 years old, and I remember saying, Mom, like, Dad doesn't use that. I don't use that. I don't know of anybody that uses that. You know, you simply pull down the lip. You don't open the thing. The barn door only exists to embarrass you. I'm convinced that the only purpose of the barn door is to embarrass you, have you flopping out at a time when you're not supposed to flop out.
Well, and men obviously know that it's generally unsafe to go out the fly of a pair of zippered pants.
Right.
So we don't use that.
Ever. Never. So you're never going to win any points by doing that, ladies. So here's what my mom did, Diesel. And you tell me if this is still in good fun or if this crosses the boundaries. If this happened to you, Diesel, is this still in good fun or are these fighting words? Is there now war going on at home? Okay. My mom took all of my dad's money out of his wallet and his credit cards. And so my dad didn't realize it, grabbed his wallet. This was on April Fool's Day. Okay. He goes to get gas. Okay. Goes to get gas, opens his wallet. There's no money. There are no cards. He's already pumped the gas, but inside the wallet is a Post-it note that says, "Sorry, no money, honey." Like that.
Gotcha.
And my dad said he had to leave the guy his watch
as collateral
in order to drive home.
Oh my God.
And get his money. My mom doesn't mess around.
We've had your dad on the show a few times.
Yeah.
He's called in. Your dad sounds great, but I think I like your mom more. I think I like Mrs. Ryan more.
Doesn't mess around. She doesn't mess around. Let's see here. Chris Arnett says, April Fool's prank, trying to convince friends that women's sports are overtaking the men's in any metric other than cost of tickets. Texter, that's based on demand. You set the demand. That's not artificially sent. It's based on what people will pay to get in, right? Chris Arnett texts into the show. He says, I would April Fool's the hoodie in New England and sew the sleeves back onto his hoodie. And I would sign the sleeves Tom Brady. You know, so Bill Belichick always wears the cutoffs. He'd sew the sleeves back on and sign them Thomas Edward Patrick Brady. I like that, Texter.
I would offer Aaron Rodgers a free 4-day trip to a brightness retreat.
I can't believe you're gonna steal. You know, you stole my thunder, and you can sue for that in this country. You really can, Diesel. Okay, so please continue, because I still have mine.
So you have to make a brochure, which is easy enough. A kid on the internet can make a brochure that looks really real, and of course, my prank requires that Aaron Rodgers would actually respond to this, would actually come to it, and then I just lock him in a bunker and leave him there.
Well, mine was related. Diesel and I picked the same dude to prank.
I think a lot of people want to prank Aaron Rodgers. Trey Davis on YouTube says, I'd prank Aaron Rodgers that he got his tattoos done with recycled vaccination needles. Oh, dear God, Trey, that's harsh.
So, Diesel, I've got one for Aaron Rodgers, and I've got one for Kyrie Irving. Okay? We can let Kyrie Irving walk to the end of the flat earth and then just watch him fall off.
Yeah,
okay?
Here's how you deal with flat earthers, people. You just ask them, where's the edge? Oh, the earth is flat, huh? Yeah. Where's the edge? Like, where is it? How far do I have to walk in any given direction to find the edge? Now, here's what I would do. I would replace Nick Saban's, I would replace his Little Debbie's with moon pies. Because he eats 2 Little Debbie's and a cup of coffee for breakfast every day.
And I don't get the sense that Saban likes when you change his routine very
Probably
much.
not.
So Diesel, here was mine for Aaron Rodgers, because he's going to be a Jet, right? His first day in the office, Diesel, okay, when he's in there sitting in a meeting room, you lock all the doors, you shut all the lights off, everybody leaves. He doesn't know where he's going in and around the office. He is in his own manufactured darkness retreat, and he doesn't know where he is, and he doesn't know how to get out. And I'm leaving him in there for 3 hours. Okay? That's my prank. You like darkness retreats?
Well,
you got one right
that prank
here.
Sounds an awful lot like kidnapping.
He's at work, Diesel. He's at work. You know what, folks? They've made over the years, and this isn't our company's fault, or it's just like things like April Fools and like prank calls. We can't do them anymore. You know, like you can't do them anymore because of the threat of lawsuits. You know, so like every single year we get an email and it says, remember, don't do anything for April Fool's Day. Don't do any pranks for April Fool's Day. Don't prank the other shows. Don't prank the listeners. You can't prank anybody for April Fool's Day. So I was trying to think of how we could still have fun with that. Remember, like radio was at its best when like you could confront somebody on the air. You know, Diesel, like who would you call if you could confront anybody? I would call the South Carolina High School League, and I would ask them about their antiquated practices, and I would ask them about their stupid rule where if somebody got COVID during the playoffs, the whole team had to forfeit, which just made it a situation where people had COVID and lied. See what I'm saying? Thereby endangering anybody. Stupid policies. Yeah. I would call them up and I would put them on the air immediately without even telling them. Now, I can't do that anymore because it's illegal. But back in the old days when you could, if you watched the movie Private Parts with Howard Stern, he did that the whole movie.
Yeah, I would get in one of those vibrating chairs and then prank South Carolina DOT that I was driving down the highway. Where do you go? I fix these.